Hello students, today we're going to look at 5.2, which is solving inequalities. It's part 2, but it's actually using multiplication and division, but part 2 is easier than multiplication and division. So let's look at a couple of inequalities that use multiplication and division. So I have 1/8 n is greater than 84. So since this is multiplication, I do the opposite, which would mean that I would divide both sides by 84. Or, if you remember, I can multiply both sides by the reciprocal of this fraction, which would be 8. Either one. If I've got a calculator, divide by 1/8. If I don't have a calculator, multiply by 8, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to divide by 1/8, divide by 1/8, and 84 divided by 1/8, I have to do 84 times 8. I don't know this one in my head. 672. So we know n is greater than 672. And then I need to graph that on a number line. So I draw my number line. I put the number 672. And remember, there's no or equals, so I'm going to put an open circle. And I'm going to go greater than, and there we go. Did you notice that when the variable is on the left, the inequality sign is facing the same way that my arrow is when I graph it on the number line? Wow. Really? Wow. So let's go to this other one over here. 6n is greater than or equal to negative 27. So I have to divide by both sides. Divide by 6 on both sides. So n is less than or equal to 27 over 6. That simplifies down. I can divide both by 3. That simplifies down to negative 9 over 2. And we know that negative 9 over 2 is approximately, well, it's not approximately, it's negative 4.5. So I'm going to draw my number line. And I'm going to put negative 4.5. I've got an or equal sign, so I need to use a closed dot. And notice, I'm going to the left because we're talking about less than. What I forgot to do is set builder notation. So this would be over here, n, the set of all n's such that n is greater than 672. Whoops, set builder notation. And this one would be the set of all n's such that n is less than or equal to negative 4.5. Okay? So just to clarify, what does that mean? That means that any number any number greater than 672, if I plug it in for n, it's going to be true. Because 1/8 of that is going to be bigger than 84. And for this one, any number that's less than negative 4.5, I can plug in here, and it will make this sentence true. So a number less than negative 4.5 would be negative 10. So 6 times negative 10 is negative 60. And negative 60 is less than or equal to negative 27, so C makes the statement true. What in the world is going on? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Are they trying to tell us something when we're solving inequalities with multiplication and division? Oh my gosh, there's something very, very important that you have to know. If you divide or multiply by a negative on both sides, you must reverse the inequality. That, ladies and gentlemen, is worth the caution tape and the weird alarms and the whatever that dude was saying and the lights flashing, because I need you to remember this. If you divide and multiply by a negative on both sides, you must reverse the inequality. What do I mean? If I have negative 3y is less than or equal to 15, I know that I have to divide by negative 3 on both sides. And because I'm dividing by -3 on both sides, I have to reverse the symbol. So the answer is y is greater than or equal to -5. If you don't reverse the symbol, the entire answer is wrong. You've got to reverse that symbol if what I'm dividing by on both sides is negative. Caution. So here I would draw my number line. I'd put a -5. And I would make a closed circle because it's or equal to. And then I'm going to go greater than or equal to. Let's make sure this works. I need y's that are greater than or equal to -5. Give me a number greater than or equal to -5. Yes, 0 is greater than or equal to -5. -3 times 0. Is -3 times 0 less than 15? Absolutely, so that makes it work. Let's try if I didn't switch it, if I wanted to do one that was less than. If I do less than -5, let's do -10. -3 times -10 is +30, which is not less than or equal to 15, which proves that I have to reverse the symbol whenever I'm multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Let's do another example. What if I have n over -8 is less than or equal to 23? Okay? This is division. The opposite of that is multiplication. I'm dividing by negative because, and so I need to keep n positive, so I need to multiply both sides times -8. Because I need to get rid of that denominator, multiply both sides times -8, n becomes positive. I have to flip the sign, or reverse the inequality symbol, and 23 times -8, I don't know that off the top of my head, 8 times 2 is 24, 8 times 2 is 18, -184. So n has to be greater than or equal to n has to be greater than or equal to -184 in order for this statement to be true. Graphing it, -184. I have a closed circle because I have the or equal to. And then I'm going to the right because it's greater than or equal to. And there's my graph. Set builder notation, you can do that. It's so important that you remember this caution when I'm dividing by or multiplying by a negative on both sides. Then I have to reverse the inequality symbol. Just to reiterate that caution, I want to show you one where we do reverse the symbol and one where we don't. Okay? So I've got n, sorry, that's supposed to be -2 right there. I've got n over 7 is less than or equal to -2. Okay? So what am I going to do to both sides? Multiply by 7. And I'm multiplying by +7. Okay? So this becomes n, and -2 times 7 is -14. Do I reverse the symbol? No, I don't reverse the symbol on this one because the number I'm multiplying by on both sides is positive. It doesn't matter that there's negative somewhere else. These two are positive, so I do not reverse the symbol. So that's my answer. N is less than or equal to -14. On the -3r is greater than 5, I have to divide by -3 on both sides. And in this case, I'm dividing by a negative on both sides, so I have to reverse the symbol. So I have a less than, so we have r is less than -5/3. And I could graph that on a number line. It's important for you to realize if I'm dividing by or multiplying by negative on both sides, that's when I reverse the inequality symbol. And here are your 3 practice problems for this video. And here are your 3 practice problems for this video. I don't like the side of my face. Number 1, it says solve, graph, and set builder notation for each one. Number 1, 1/2 a is greater than 20. Solve it, graph it on the number line, and then write the set builder notation. Number 2, -4m is less than or equal to 84. And number 3, n over -3 is greater than -5. Do all 3 of those, take a picture, submit it through Edmodo.